All right, let's get right into it. We need to talk about an uncomfortable truth today, something most people don't want to admit. Real discipline has nothing to do with motivation. It's not about waiting until you're in the mood. It's about force. It's about making yourself do the thing you know you have to do, especially when every part of you is screaming no.
And man, this quote just hits home, doesn't it? I mean, how many times have you or I fallen into that trap? We wait for that perfect burst of energy, that magical moment of inspiration to get started. But here's the reality check. That moment, it's probably not coming.
So, this is the core idea we're going to build everything on. Look at that definition. It's not gentle, it's not passive, it is an active decision. It's you deliberately forcing your own hand. And really getting that is the absolute first step to building it.
Which brings us right here. Before you can even think about conquering some big goal out in the world, you have to win the war that's happening inside your own head. The first fight is always against your own excuses, your own doubts, and that relentless little voice of laziness.
I want you to think about laziness like this. It's not just a feeling. It's the world's best negotiator. It has a counter-argument for everything. It has an endless supply of good reasons to put things off, and the only way to beat it, you refuse to even sit down at the table. You don't debate it, you shut it down.
And you can see the difference so clearly right here. On the left, that's the voice of negotiation. We've all heard it, right? Oh, just one day off. I'm way too tired for this. But look at the right. That's the voice of command. It's immediate. It's non-negotiable. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you do.
So, how do you actually build that commanding inner voice? Well, it's a three-step process. First, you just have to notice. Pay attention to what your brain is telling you. Is that thought actually helping you, or is it holding you back? Second, you have to replace it. Don't just ignore, "I'm too tired." You actively swap it out with, "I will start for just 5 minutes." And third, you got to limit the garbage you let in. The endless scrolling, the constant complaining, all the stuff that feeds that lazy negotiator.
Now, this is a really important point. When we talk about forcing discipline, we're not talking about self-punishment. This isn't about being mean to yourself. It's about self-respect. It's about respecting your future self enough to make the hard choice today. It's not harsh, it's just honest. And believe it or not, this isn't restriction, it's the only path to real freedom. Freedom from your own worst impulses. Okay, we've talked about what's going on in your head. Now let's talk about turning that thought into action, instantly. This part is all about rewiring your brain, so that discipline becomes less of a big internal debate and more of a reflex.
Just take a second and really think about that. That moment of inspiration to start a project, the sudden urge to go for a run, the thought to make that important call. How often does that tiny little pause, just a few seconds of hesitation, let the excuses rush in and kill the idea? That pause, that's the danger zone.
And here is a super simple but incredibly powerful tool to destroy that pause. It's the 3-second rule. See, your brain is a world-class excuse factory, and it works fast. This rule is like a Jedi mind trick on yourself. The second you have the instinct to do something productive, you start counting down. 3, 2, 1, and on move, you physically move. You get up, you start, you act, before the debate can even start. And this is absolutely crucial to remember. The goal of that instant action isn't to be perfect. It's not about having the best workout of your life every single time. It's just about building a consistent pattern. One amazing day followed by a month of nothing is useless. It's the small, consistent, immediate actions that truly change you.
And here's exactly why that consistency is so much more powerful. Small, instant actions, they build momentum. It's like rolling a snowball downhill. They train that action reflex we talked about. But those big, grand plans for someday, they just create overwhelm. They make you dependent on motivation, which we already know is unreliable, and they give you a million chances to make excuses.
Okay, so you're winning the inner battle. You're training your instant response. But what happens on those days when your willpower just isn't there? Now we're getting into the advanced tactics. This is about how to strategically use pressure and even pain to keep yourself on track no matter what.
This quote gets right to the heart of it. We are wired to seek comfort. But here's the thing. Progress, growth, achievement, none of that happens in the comfort zone. So we have to stop thinking of pressure as this evil thing to be avoided. We need to start seeing it as a tool, the tool that pulls us out of our comfortable rut and forces us to be better.
So how do we create that useful pressure? Here are some killer ways to do it. Tell a friend your goal. Now you have social pressure. Set a hard deadline.
Now you have time pressure. Put some of your own money on the line. Bet on yourself. Now you have financial pressure. All of these things manufacture the urgency you need to follow through.
You know, every single day, you're choosing between two different kinds of pain, and you have to pick one. There's the pain of effort, doing the hard workout, doing the focused work. That pain is temporary. It hurts now, but it builds strength and it leaves you with pride. Then there's the other pain, the pain of regret. That one feels easier in the moment, but it's permanent. It sticks with you and it builds weakness. Discipline is simply choosing the first kind of pain on purpose.
This is the question you have to burn into your brain. The next time you feel that impulse to scroll, to procrastinate, to take the easy way out, that impulse is promising you immediate relief. You need to stop and ask yourself, okay, but what's the long-term pain this is hiding? Answering that question is your secret weapon.
All right, let's bring this all home. Because the real endgame here, the ultimate goal of all this forced discipline, it's not just about getting more stuff done. It's about fundamentally changing who you are. It's about transforming your identity at the deepest level.
I love this metaphor. Think about it. When you first start, it's a huge effort, right? It feels heavy. You are literally forcing it, dragging this new habit along every single day. But if you stick with it, if you stay consistent, something amazing happens. The habit starts to build its own momentum. And eventually, it starts carrying you.
And this is it. This is when you know you've made it. It's when the struggle disappears. It's no longer a daily battle of, I have to do this. It just becomes part of who you are. You don't do discipline anymore. You simply are disciplined. Your actions just naturally fall in line with your goals, because that's you.
And that brings us right back to where we started. That whole huge transformation from just doing an action to becoming a new person, it all starts with that one simple decision we talked about at the beginning, the absolute refusal to negotiate with your own weakness. That one choice, made over and over and over again, is the tiny spark that ends up changing everything.
So it all comes down to this. Right now and in every small moment today, that voice of laziness is calling your phone. It's whispering excuses. It's offering you comfort. It's making a really good case. The only question left is, what are you going to do? Are you going to pick up and have that negotiation? Or are you going to let it go to voicemail? The choice is yours.